And we're back. We're here with part 2 of the top 5. We have been here arguing for about 50 minutes about the placement, and like Rich was just saying, well, you want to get that thought off?
No, I was just saying like this is what top fives are supposed to be about. You're supposed to bring your person to the table, and you have to weigh their entire career over. Well, this is we're arguing Braun Breaker versus Gunther. I feel like this is the essence of what this show is about. You know what I'm saying? It's not really about who's number one, who's number five. This is about looking at a person's career and looking at it from the totality of the entire year and seeing where they rank in it. This is what the show is about.
But it goes to show that
You cut out, bro.
we actually put in the thought and the work into these top 5s. It's not just randomly thrown together, and there's actually effort and thought put behind it before we actually bring it out to the public or give them put the material out, the content out. So yeah, like you said, this is what top 5 should be about. If like we were saying in the first part of this discussion, if we were just gonna just compromise everybody against the top 5, is that really getting to the nitty gritty and see who really deserves it? If anything, that feels like a participation trophy. Like we're just gonna give everyone, a shine. Like, nah, these things garner arguments, and rightfully so, because there's like fucking 100 people on this roster. So to pick 5 that did
Right,
justice for the whole year, it should warrant
right.
arguments like this. So
Moving on to
we,
easier
yeah,
topics.
moving on to easier topics. I think WWE was a little bit hard as hell, especially considering Focus had. Granted, I can see exactly why, except for the cross black. I feel like that was just a joke. But
Bro, I can argue that shit
argue
right
that.
now. Do
Argue
not
that
make
right now.
me.
Why did Karrion
Oh,
Cross make the top 5 WWE list?
wait,
Because
wait,
Smash
it's
wait. Wait. Hold on. Just before you
Alistair
get
Black.
into that, I just want to say real quick. I just want to say my honorable mentions. I just want to just say I'm not. I just
yeah,
want my honorable mentions was Javon Evans, Leon
yeah,
Slater. I know TNA,
yep,
all that stuff. I think LA Knight had a really good year this year. I think
yeah.
he wasn't top five, but I feel like he had a good year. And who else did I have up there? Braun Breaker was a part of my top five, so I just wanted to just put that out there.
Von Evans was originally number 5, but you walked me down with the Cena argument, and I had to take Javon Evans completely off my list. So honorable mention Javon Evans for sure.
Honorable mentions
Well,
for me: Ethan Page, Javon Evans.
Ethan
If
Page,
we,
yeah.
um, I guess we could say we could put Leon Slater, CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, Cody.
Later
I would have
TNA.
to say, huh? Slater? Yeah,
TNA.
Yeah, but I mean,
I know, but
man,
but
it's TNX,
um,
WWE,
the
Triple
umbrella,
A,
the umbrella.
right?
You know what I mean? Under the current umbrella. But yeah, those I would say that too, and then a Gunther as well now, because that was a good argument
Yeah, that
for
was
him.
Let's
Even though I felt like he was gone too long, that was a good argument. I could say that.
think if he was active throughout the whole year, he would have cleared Braun.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. It's just that
All right.
you take time off.
So
Sometimes you got to get knocked down.
so we locked down our top 5. So we got at number 5 Braun Breaker. At number 4 we got Cody Rhodes. At number 3 we got CM Punk. At number 2 we got John Cena. And at number 1 we got Dirty Dom Mysterio. Moving on
yep.
to the women, we were a little bit more
Wait, wait, wait,
creative.
wait, 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 wait. Like I said, you guys wanted me to talk about why I put Cross and Black, because I feel like the character work for that storyline was good. And when they released Carry Cross, I was like, oh wow, that sucks. We're not gonna continue the storyline. However, they put Aleister Black in the same spot. And I feel like once you get past the fact that they recasted the character, it's the same storyline. So just get past that, and it's the same storyline. You'll enjoy it. They both have great ring work. Like just enjoy wrestling.
Just enjoy wrestling. Just
Oh,
enjoy wrestling.
okay.
I, I just enjoy that storyline. At the end of the day, from when he was managing the Final Testament and he was trying to convince Miz and then trying to like think. I feel like Aleister Black is trying to do the same thing with Damian Priest now.
Yeah, WWE. Yeah, swap them out, man.
I just like it, and that's why I feel like I put him right there because that's one of my I like that storyline. That's it. And
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Obafemi is because he's the NXT champion, and he has at his presence. If you really watch NXT, he is the champion. Anybody could beat him
He
right
is
now,
the
but until
champion.
he's
I am the
completely,
lion.
until Obafemi's completely on the main roster, he's not going back to NXT. He is the champion because there's nobody
They
dominating.
already they already promoted him on
There's no
SmackDown.
shadow in this. Exactly, and that's
He's coming
because
up.
they're about to have Ricky Starks be that person in that role. But for right now, there's nobody that you can really compare to Obafemi in NXT right now.
Shout out to Obafemi. Shout out to Obafemi. What's next list we getting down to?
The women's.
This is the WWE top 5 for the women's. This one was a lot easier considering that we all voted Steph at number 1. We had 2 out of 3 of us voting Chelsea at number 2. We had 2 of us out of 3 voting Jade at number 3. So now the debate is who's the number 4 slot and who's the number 5 slot. So going over our choices, we have no like-minded people except for Sol Rucka, who is on the 4th spot for Focus and the 5th spot for me. She did not rank on Rich's list.
Honorable mention.
Oscar didn't rank on any on my list or Rich's list, and Maxine
Honorable
Io
didn't
mention.
didn't
rank.
rank on your list.
And Maxine didn't
She's an
rank.
honorable mention.
Uh, Maxine didn't rank on Rich and Focus's list. So with Soul Rucka being on 2 out of 3 of our lists, what is the argument for Soul Rucka being at the 4 or the 5 spot?
I would say not even because Richie has Io at number 2 and I have Io at number 3. So just because you have Soul Rucka at 5 and I have it at 4, I would say I would put the argument Soul Rucka is 5
I
and
mean,
Io's 4.
I would agree with that because we
And
don't have any like-mindedness for the last 4 spots, so that's kind of easy. So do we
because
agree?
honestly,
EO at
I don't
4.
I didn't enjoy Becky's run.
Oh, she's been great.
I could switch out um I could switch out Oscar with Maxine. That's what I'm willing to compromise. But
I mean,
other than that,
we
I'm
don't
not
have to
really to
compromise
compromise
because
with my list.
Maxine's not on anybody's list. So what you said is
Yeah.
valid. So right now, that's what I'm agreeing with. EO should be number 4 because she was at the 3rd spot for Focus and the 2 spot for Rich. And I think Soul Rucka at the 5th spot because she's on 5 for me, at 4 for Focus. Is that agreed?
That's fair. I just want to say for the record, Becky Lynch should definitely be on this record. I'm saying it. Becky Lynch saying, and Sports Illustrated said it as well. I'm just saying that this is what other people are saying. That Sports Illustrated said it. This is not me. This is what Sports Illustrated said. I'm just saying. I'm
People
just
saying it. I
saying.
agree with you.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying,
Sports Illustrated said it.
I love Becky, and she could complain about it on Twitter to us.
For
That's
me
all.
personally, I think I love this run for Becky. I think she's putting people over. She made that IC belt just really feel a
So
lot more important
so
than what it was. And I like this heel character. I like her over the top outfits. I like her heel
I
work.
didn't.
I like
So the
the,
thing
the
is,
Sports Illustrated shit. So that's why I felt like she
the reason
should be
why
on
I didn't put her on the 5 is because I didn't like her storyline with what's her name? Valkyria? Lyra?
I didn't like it either, but she made it digestible though. I
She
feel
did.
like she
I don't
made it better
I'll
than what
admit,
it was.
yeah, I'll admit she made it better than what it was, but at the same time, I I felt like that was kind of a WrestleMania spot, a waste of a WrestleMania spot putting that match in.
Yeah, yeah. That's I can't blame
Because
Becker for that one.
if we gotta keep a spade, that's the reason why I can't put Becky in the 5. Now, Asuka, she's been incredible heel throughout the whole thing, and she's consistent. I would say it's putting Asuka at 5 is a safe pick, but I understand if somebody would put somebody over her.
I'm not opposed to Soul. I'm not opposed to Soul. I've seen her work at NXT. She's like one of the highlights. She's one of the people that I actually go to look for to see if she is wrestling. That week, she's won championships this year. She had a little minor injury. She had to give it up. They're working it back into the storyline. I like Soul Roka, but yeah, she was in my honorable mentions. She was in my honorable mentions.
Pulled off that show that like in part one, Cena was the headline getting eyes on. She was handpicked to be a part of that show, showcase in the
Mm-hmm.
future. She beat Bailey. So not only is she top of her class in NXT, she's shining on the main roster, and she's already getting called up. So
And she was double champ. She was also double champ. So she had
within this
the
year,
North
so she
American and the speed. So even though people
She's
might
gonna be
argue
number
the
5.
value, people might argue the value of the speed and the North American compared to the IC title, but I feel like she had a more enjoyable storyline.
Can I ask you guys
And
a question? Can I ask you guys a question? Because I'll agree with Soul Rook at number 5, but I just wanted to ask this question. Did Sports Illustrated say that she was the greatest of all time? That's it. That's it. All right, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done.
other
That's it. That's
people
all
are
I'm saying.
saying it. It's true.
That's all I'm
So
saying. Other people are saying it. That's all I'm saying. Shout out to
I
Becky
had
Lynch.
Maxine
Yeah.
on my list because Maxine went from somebody who was completely underdog, overlooked, not believable in a lot of people's eyes. She had the storyline with Chad Gable leading into this year. Chad Gable obviously splitting, becoming Grand Americano #1. Um, you know,
What do you mean? No, he's not.
trading, turning his back on the Alpha Academy, leaving Maxine behind with Otis and Tozawa, kind of doing a lot of nothing. She started getting involved in storyline, started having this back and forth with Becky Lynch, which led her to get a little bit more training. She got inserted in the situation with Asia Lee. Becky Lynch won her, and within a matter of weeks, her character flipped completely with the segments with Natty and the training, and it's already translating on WWE TV. She's the IC champ currently, and she made Becky tap on TV last week.
I mean, supposedly, allegedly,
yeah,
allegedly. All right, allegedly. All right, allegedly. The
quote
Sports
unquote.
Illustrated said. Did Sports Illustrated say she did? So it's allegedly. All right, it's all alleged. You're on mute, Avery.
Yo, that's wild.
It's alleged. All right, it's all alleged. It's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So run down the top 5, so we can just have some clarity of the top 5 for WWE women.
Jade Cargill and #2 Chelsea Green. #1 Steph. Steph was a unanimous decision. Skyrocketed straight from
First of all,
AEW.
first of all, I'm gonna nominate Stephanie Vecquer. I forget. I fucked up her last name. I'm gonna nominate Steph for the Kayfabe Hall of Fame
Why?
because
Because we officially put her over.
first
We got
of
to give her
all,
that good old kayfabe rub.
yes, and to see her Like if we put all our money into her stock, we would have been millionaires by now.
That's true.
We've got a pretty
Um,
good ROI. Yeah.
Guys, the Kayfabe Ave, cheap plug from Focus of us cheering Stephanie McCare at her last AEW event, leading to her WWE signing. Yes, Kayfabe Ave did start those chants for Stephanie, and also the fuck Boston and fuck Monet chants. Sorry, Monet. But yes, that led to her WWE run through NXT, winning both the North American and the NXT Women's Championship, moving on to Raw, becoming the Queen of the Ring, winning the championship, and she's currently the world champion. Even though, admittedly, her stories is kind of went on the
It's cooled
decline
off.
since she's
Yeah, it's
had the
cooled off.
championship. Again, no fault to her own, mostly booking. Um,
Yeah.
Chelsea was also a no-brainer, I think, for me and Focus because she's a double champion currently. She's also a two-time United States Women's Champion, the inaugural United States Champion. She's leading a stable. She has a title from AAA, which is on YouTube. um,
Oh, I got
and
no problem with
she,
AAA, man. I got people think I got heat with AAA.
So
but she's doing a lot of big things, so it was a no-brainer for me
she
putting Chelsea.
she's entertaining on 3 shows.
No,
Think about it.
I like Chelsea Green. I like
Yeah,
Chelsea Green. She was
SmackDown,
I had
NXT.
her on my top five.
NXT, and AAA. That is fucking incredible. And I hope she's getting 3 paychecks per week for the amount of shit that she's doing for the show company.
They only pay you like 10 cents for like per billion views you get on YouTube. Um,
CBI, she tough.
So that was our top five. Again, Soroka number 5, EO number 4, J number 3, Chelsea number 2, Stephanie Vakir at number 1. Let's skip the AEW men's for now because there's no agreement there. So we're gonna go to the AEW women. We agreed at number 1 is Tony Storm. We agreed because Focus and Rich both voted Tony Storm at number 1. I personally thought Monet was number 1 due to the 13 championships, whether we like them or not. And she officially started the fall of Monet storyline, starting to lose belts, and I've been waiting for that story. So that was my
Do you want
reason
to
for
know
putting her at
why?
number 1.
Do you want to know why I didn't put her at number 1? Because of booking. Because if she had been defending all of those titles weekly on Dynamite and Collision, I would have elevated to her to number 1. But she did it. I feel like that's a Tony Khan miss out, and that's the reason why I didn't put her at number 1. However, her character work and storyline and her consistently good matches, she could be number 2.
I put Tony Storm at number 1 simply because at All In when they had their one-on-one match, Tony Storm won. That's it.
The most straightforward answer we could have got, honestly. So at number 4, we agreed Harley Cameron at number 4. Uh, Myself and Rich put her there. So the number 3 spot right now is open. There's no agreements there. Athena's on 2 of our lists.
I would
Harley is not
say
chosen. That is
Willow's
on
number
none of our
5.
lists.
Let's be honest. Willow's number 5.
Willow's number 5. I can agree with that. Willow's number 5.
Willow has to be number 5.
My argument
Athena
for the
has to
reason
be
why
number 3 to me
here's
because
my
Yeah,
argument.
that's true. That's true. Yeah,
Here's
we'll
my
get there.
argument for why
We're
Athena
gonna get there.
Athena is the forever champion of Ring of Honor. Every time Athena is on AEW TV, she loses.
Mm.
Athena does not win on AEW TV. She doesn't. Look at all her matches. She always loses. So it's almost contradictory that a Ring of Honor, she's been champion for over 1,000 days, put on these banger matches, but every time she's on, let's just say it, the main roster, she loses. Like if we weren't hardcore fans and we didn't know any better, it would be very confusing. So she's the forever champion, but every time I see her on TV, she always loses. Now she doesn't always take the pin, but she always loses. So that's why I couldn't put her
Just like
in
at
my top
World's
five.
End, she just lost, but it was Monet that took the pin.
Right. So that's the only reason why I don't put her in
So
top five, because I think Athena
you
is
know
that girl.
she's on my list solely because she's the forever Ring of Honor champion. She's the only person I think that is real
But
competition
this is
to Monet.
so here's the flip side of that. But this isn't a Ring of Honor list. This is an AEW list.
But
That's exactly why she's not on mine. It's exactly why she's not on mine, because she
she's
So
loses every time.
I
she
might have to
is
take Athena off my list now. I might have to take Athena
she's
off my list because of that.
but she is featured on AEW television. She was just on an AEW pay-per-view. She just spent the better part of the last month and a half building this tag team situation with Monet. She's been twice featured at the top of the year after All In, um, facing for the women's championship. She's been in storylines on AEW television consistently through AEW this year. Yes, she is a Ring of Honor mainstay. Yes, she loses the majority of the time when she comes to AEW's television, but she's been attached to the top two women on our list, Monet and Tony, and has legitimately been the only third option in my mind. And we've previously discussed as a group, she's the only viable option to beat either of those two. Chris Statlander, when she won, it shocked us because we definitely saw Athena winning that before Stat ever put hands on it.
Yeah, TK, you dropped the ball on that one, bro.
Hmm.
You can go ahead and
So,
say it. Sorry, like
Right, but
Statlander, but you dropped the ball on that
Richie,
one, TK.
do
Huh?
you? I feel like Richie has to defend Statlander.
do you think
Statlander?
you're the only one?
Well,
He has to defend Statlander. Can you convince me that she deserves to be on this top five list?
over Athena?
Over Athena. Besides her being a great wrestler,
Uh, I,
I'm
I,
talking about like character work or any type of promos. Is there anything notable? Can you drop me that could convince me to take Athena off? Because Athena has
mm,
that. She has the
mm,
personality. She can do those promos. I don't feel like
mm,
Christiana can do it. So can you point me
Stat,
in the direction where
mm,
Statlander could overtake Athena, and then maybe we could have that argument where Athena goes, and that, or is it Athena or is it Statlander? Because
I think.
because like I said, I agree with AJ
Well,
and what he
Mhm,
says.
unless you
And
bring
now you got to
Athena
convince
off
me.
your list, yeah, because
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. He has to convince me to take Athena off my list with Statlander, and I'm asking him, is there anything besides the fact that she's just a good wrestler? Is there any
mhm,
character work, any promos that I'm just missing to take
mhm.
Athena off? Because you're right, she loses everything. I just need that convincing. Is there anything that you could give me?
I think since Chris Statlander has been handed the ball, it's an unfortunate it's unfortunate because it's proxy of distance. She is the world champion, but Mercedes Monet and Tony Storm are just huge orbiting planets, and she does get lost in their gravitational pull sometimes. What I've seen from Chris Statlander since she's been champion is her promo game has been stepped up. She's always had a good body, but she's upped her body. Her matches are good. Her promo game has never been the greatest. Her promos leading up to this feud with Jamie Hayter has definitely been some of her best work. She has beaten both Tony Storm and Mercedes Monet. When Chris Statlander is on AEW TV for the most part, even when she doesn't have the championship, she wins. She has her best storyline is with Willow Nightingale. They need to put that needs to be her championship arc. She wins on AEW TV, so that will be my argument for her against Athena. Do I think Athena has better promos? Yes, I think Chris Statlander has been stepping her game up with promos, and she is the current champion, and she does win on AEW TV. So that means backstage, the creative, the producers in TK as much as we as the fans like Athena, they have put more stock in Chris Statlander because, you know, she's the forever champion of ROH. Chris Statlander is the champion on main roster AEW.
You said the fans put a stock in Chris Statlander?
I feel like the backstage, like Tony Khan and his creative crew, I feel like they have put more stock in Chris Statlander because they could have easily handed the strap to Athena, and I think they should have. I think they should have. I really do, but they didn't. They went with Chris Statlander, so obviously they see something in her. They see her potential. They see the flower that's starting to bloom, and I'm starting to see it too. I'm starting to see it too. I'm starting to see the bloom. I
Well,
think she just needs that right opponent. She needs Willow Nightingale. That's who she needs because she has
I
history.
feel
They have rivalry. She needs Willow Nightingale.
I feel like she needs more personality.
She does. She does. Yeah, she does.
That's my only issue with her. She needs more
Yeah,
personality, and the fact that she doesn't have it is not elevating her storylines to get to where they need to be. And I
I
feel
can agree
like
with you with that.
Athena has that, and
They just don't give her
we're
that.
all agree.
They don't give it to her.
So the thing is that if Statlander and Athena did the fusion dance, we'd have a great ass fucking wrestler.
Yeah, Athena should be getting Chris Statlander's storylines and wins. And no, it's no offense to Chris Statlander, but it's just Athena should be. She should be in that. It should be Mercedes, Tony, and Athena, and then everybody else should be orbiting those three. Honestly,
all right. Whose match was tag team match or Chris Statlander um versus Jamie Hayter?
Can you repeat that?
yes,
Which
sir.
match which match from World's End last night was better? The tag team match with Monet and Athena or Chris Statlander versus um Jamie Hayter? Now,
I ain't gonna hold
whichever
you.
whichever's better.
If I had to go by just by ring work and nothing else, I would have said Chris Statlander and Jamie Hayter beat it by just a hair.
That's what
But the
that's
thing
exactly.
is, but the thing is,
Hold on.
there's
There's a point to why I'm saying that. Hold up. Exactly what you said. The better wrestling match was Chris Statlander's match. But if she was so much elevated than Athena, having all of those storylines on AEW, why was she the most quiet match of the whole night?
Yeah, I
Not
was
only
gonna
that,
say
because
not,
she needs the personality.
not only that, you're saying that Chris Statlander needs a good opponent. Why? She's tangled with Tony and she's tangled with Monet. You have the top two opponents in the company, and you are still not getting the cheers. You're still not getting the traction that we was led to believe you had when they gave you the championship as a surprise win over Tony Storm. You still haven't pulled in the crowd in that way that Athena and the rest of them have. Fan reaction is a lot. And when the first thing that pops in my head when we was watching that event last night was, why can I hear the guy drinking soda in the nosebleeds right now? That's a problem. We didn't have those issues in the Athena Monet tag team match. And that's bad. You're our world champion. She had the best spot of the night with that Michinoku driver like move off of the turnbuckle. Left everybody wild. Everybody started. That's when the reaction started coming in that
yeah, it's the
moment.
last quarter
But
of the match. Yeah,
it didn't do anything for her. What happens? The scrum. She got so flustered with her words, they cut the world champion off and brought the next person for the next segment. She got flustered and couldn't complete her train of thought. So
sheesh.
you can't talk. Let me not say you can't talk. You struggle with the promo a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Your matches are not garnering these reactions a world champion should have. Tony's the world champion without the belt because she's never lost
Yep.
her momentum. So that's my
Never.
argument for Athena staying on the list. Because
Okay.
yes, while Chris Statlander is our champion, Where is the crowd? Are the seats being filled because Chris Statlander is our champion? But who was awarded Talker of the Year? Where is Chris Statlander Sports Illustrated awards if we're gonna have stock in those awards? Where's her award? Tony got one. Monet got one.
I mean, Athena didn't get one either though.
But the argument for her is the the view, right? The accessibility to Athena, right? We have
Yeah,
Chris
Athena.
Statlander all year round on AEW television. All year round. Athena's been used as like, we need a great match for tonight. Or we need to push Monet a little bit. Or we need Tony to have somebody. Or we need the three of them to go at it. Athena's been used in more of a high pressure situation where, let's be real, AEW's main roster has just started strengthening their women's division. So
Yeah.
how do we expect her to leave Ring of Honor fully and be fully integrated in AEW when she's the backbone of that entire women's division in Ring of Honor? She leaves, they crumble.
Nah, facts.
Who picks up that
I
championship
agree with you.
when Athena drops it? Who picks up that spot on Ring of Honor television, Ring of Honor pay-per-views for the women? Who picks up that spot in the way Athena has?
I don't even think she has to lose it, but I also don't think that you should boast that this is your forever champion and this is this legendary champion, and that every time you put her in the most ire that you could possibly see her in, you pin her.
Yeah.
That doesn't make
TK booking.
that's
TK booking.
That's Triple H booking for you.
yeah.
Tony's Booker of the Year. Other people have said it. Sports Illustrated said it. Tony's Book of the Year. Also Triple H
Sports
Booker
Illustrated
again.
said it. Sports Illustrated said it, man.
All right,
Man,
so
I wonder if Becky Lynch is going to be able to say that line now, because that AEW dominated the category. I wonder if Becky Lynch is even going to be able to say that, because if Sports Illustrated said that, right?
So 3 Athena.
I think it. Yeah, right. At the end of this, sheesh.
and then Willow at 5.
5 Willow.
Willow's 5. So
All right.
does who was the final vote? How do we feel? Is it Athena or Statlander?
Oh,
I think there were some valid points.
I already. Well, he
I
voted.
think
He said
I'm
Athena.
I'm going for Athena. I'm going for
All right,
Athena.
so I think
You made
Athena's
some
in.
valid points, but at
Athena's
the end
in.
of the day, she's really not connecting with the crowd, and that's what we need in the champion.
Yeah,
She
she's
had she,
not.
she had a better match. Last night. I'll give her that.
He did.
But for some reason,
She
it's
doesn't. She doesn't have the crowd. No,
it's
she does. She doesn't have the crowd.
Arguably, pure wrestling match on the entire card.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I like Chris Statlander, but she just. Yeah, probably, yeah.
I just can't.
So,
I just can't. I don't
let's
know.
run it down. For the AEW Women's Top 5, we have at the number 5 spot officially, we have Willow. At number 4, we have Harley Cameron. At number 3, we have Athena. At number 2, we have Mercedes Monet. At number 1, the amazing Tony Storm. So
Yeah.
that was pretty easy. Now, if I had sleeves, I'd roll them bitches up. Because we don't agree at
I
all.
do. Got my quarter zip on. So let me go ahead and.
So
All right.
1 and 2 is basically we got to figure out between
Mox or Hangman.
Hangman and Mox and Hangman. Fletcher
I
would
feel like
probably be number 3. I feel like we could all agree Fletcher could be number 3.
All right.
Who can be number 3?
Fletcher.
I agree.
Fletcher, yeah.
I agree with Fletcher at 3.
Fletcher at 3.
Okay.
So now we got to figure out Hangman versus Mox.
So let me give mine because I'm the only one with Hangman at number 1. All right?
Okay.
The reason I put Hangman at number 1 is because 2025 was the culmination of the entire arc of Hangman from the beginning of AEW, from day one. We saw him go from the pretty much like the chosen one, the guy who was supposed to be next up, the champion that wasn't really ready for the spot. We got the good Hangman uh run with the belt. The elite storyline, he fell out. He starts drinking. He starts being depressed. He's down on himself. What happens? He ends up in a storyline with Swerve. Swerve and him go on this monster rivalry run that's gonna stand the test of time. Their rivalry that culminates into last year, them having probably two or three of the best matches in AEW history, best storyline in AEW, arguably in history, which leads to this year where we get AEW versus Mox and the Death Riders. AEW is trying to rally the troops. They're trying to find the person to get the world title back. But during that time, Hangman is kind of out the picture, still dealing with his issues with Swerve, dealing with his depression, dealing with um his self doubt. He ends up pulling out of all of that, rallying Team AEW, all of the good guys who are trying to get this title that we haven't seen in a year, hidden from us for a year. The entire company is finally rallying behind Hangman Page. That's when we realize as a group, Hangman Page is the main character of AEW. We christened him that around All In. All In this year was WrestleMania 40. This was the Avengers coming out, making sure, just like in Cody's match, that Cody won this. The entire AEW main event was involved. The Death Riders collapse finally happened at the hands of Hangman. He finally wins. Now he's a renewed Hangman Adam Page, full of confidence. He goes on this, want to prove he's a good champion. He's defending his title week in and week out. He just recently lost to Joe. Just got back into. We just saw him in the championship match last night. If the last year didn't put the cherry on top for the entire arc of the first 5 years of AEW, I don't know what else will. That's why Hangman's number one to me.
That's a good argument, man. It's a good argument.
So now
That's a good thing.
you need to present for Mox, and then I guess
Focus, who's your number one?
focus and decide.
My number one was
Number one is
Fletcher.
Fletcher. That's why we put him at
Hangman,
3.
Hangman. I didn't even rank Hangman.
Yeah.
Because
So that's why your opinion matters more, because y'all both rank Mox. I didn't rank Mox, but we both have Hangman and Mox at the 1 and 2 spot. So your opinion matters where Hangman and Mox go on this.
So the thing is, I would have Hangman at 6 on my list. And the reason why he's not on the 5 is because I feel we got that payoff. How long was he champion? And it's like we got that payoff. We got that, yeah, like what?
He's like 3.5 months. 3.5 months.
He wanted it in
200
July.
days. 200 days. 200 days.
August, September. Yeah, about 3 months.
200 days, right? Wait, am I looking at the right one?
You're looking at his first run.
134. Yeah, 134 days. He held the title.
4 months. That's about 4 months.
Yeah, about 4 months. Yeah, about 4 months.
I kind of feel like that's kind of a short title reign for that grandiose, monumental. I got the title at Y'all in Texas, and I feel like that was bad booking, putting Samoa Joe as the champion, because I feel like Moxley should have still had that title going into World's End. However, I will say the reason why Tony did it was only because MJF wanted to get that redemption win from Samoa Joe from when Samoa Joe got that win on World's End a couple years back. Feel like was that really worth it to cut Hangman's title reign down? And in my opinion, it wasn't. Hangman should have had this title probably into Double or Nothing, in my opinion. Have him as a strong champ. He overcome all of that, make him into the man that he is. Make him into that main character. And I get people can say, oh, he's better as a chaser. He chases the champion. And it's like, well, sometimes I want to see him be dominant. I want to see him be that man. I don't want to see he already had that, oh, I'm insecure character. I want to see, okay, you're past that. Show me what you can do with the power that you already know that you have inside of you, that you already got this title, that you could carry the company for a whole year holding this title, just like you did with your first run.
So does it matter that he lost the title because he got screwed by Hook interference? Does that factor in?
That's
I think it
but
should.
that's Tony Khan's booking. Like I said,
I think
But
I
everything is
wouldn't
Tony
have done
Khan's
that at
booking.
all. I know, but I wouldn't have done that at all.
But we
Like I
have to
said,
the judgment on this has to
but
really focus on what was actually done and not what we wanted to do. That's the
yeah,
distinction that I think we keep failing on, and like is muddling our argument. We have to focus on what they actually accomplished. So
all right. So, but let me get by. Let me get to Mox now. Now Mox, he successfully ruined wrestling. While John Cena said that he was going to ruin wrestling, he actually did. He held that title for a year, put it in the briefcase. We can't see it. We hated this person as much as everything. So leading in to Y'all In when Hangman Page got it, it was the biggest pop ever. Hangman vindicated this, that, and the third. Every hero needs a good villain, and that was Mox. And that momentum hasn't died down. He just won the Continental Classic, and he has the title now, and he's turning babyface. And I feel because of that, on those two things, he was the great heel to Hangman's great babyface, and he kept the momentum. I feel like he should be at that number one when it comes on this list. Mox number one. Now,
yeah.
guys, now
Agree.
you
I
guys,
agree with that.
now you guys could argue with me whether
there's no
you want.
arguing.
Yeah,
But
there
this
was an
is why I'm
argument.
saying there's no arguing.
All
We
right.
There was an
already
argument.
No,
voted.
no, no, no,
It's
no.
either the question is Mox or Hangman number one. You didn't even
So
rank
did you mean?
Hangman. So
Yeah, did you mean
Yeah,
to
that's what
you
I'm
say
saying.
making an argument for
Hangman?
Mox makes no. It doesn't matter whether you make an argument for Mox or not. You didn't rank Hangman, and it, you didn't get
But
convinced,
if you could convince me,
right? I already said everything I said. You
okay.
basically said the year plus storyline of Mox overshadowed the 5 year storyline of Hangman. That's basically what you just said. So if I can't convince you that literally all of AEW's entire 5 year run with Hangman culminated in this year, and then he won the championship, he was the leader of Team AEW, all of this. Yes, every hero needs a villain, but Mox also spent the better part of um the year disliked by fans. Not just oh he's a great heel. It was like go home heat. Like I'm tired of this dude out here with the belt. So
And I feel like because of that, that's what made Hangman winning much better.
right, but it was Hangman's win that gave you that reaction.
It was his win. But if it wasn't for John Moxley
Right.
doing all of that, I wouldn't have felt as
Would we be enjoying
over on
AEW
it.
TV right now if Hangman didn't win that night? Would we us being there live to see it? Would we have enjoyed All In as much if Mox would have won that night?
Nope.
Probably not.
Nope. Nope. Nope.
Until he
Nope.
All right.
Hangman needed to win.
won it. Until somebody would have won it. Hangman would have
Hangman needed to
All
win.
right.
to win.
So I'm gonna
And that,
stop
but
the
the
I'm
fact
gonna
that
stop
he's
the
such a
debate though, because we have to move on. We're already 30 minutes in.
There is no
We're
debate because
we're
Focus has been
45 minutes.
talking the entire time.
Correct. I'm just waiting for him to say Hangman is not number one, so we could say Mox is number one because of the
Fox is
vote,
number one.
and Hangman is number two because of the way the
Right.
vote went.
Mine is going to be very simple.
All right.
Moxley is number one because I feel like if from the top of the year to all the way to now, it's been consistent. We always like the Death Riders stuff? No. But when it started to get good, I feel like it did get good. And he was the heavyweight champion for most of the year. He's always been in he's either been the champion or he's been in the main event scene. I love Hangman, but for some of this year, he was MIA. And he is better as a chaser because his title run wasn't really that good. He had a title defense against Kyle Fletcher. It was a great match, and then he lost. And Hangman's beauty is in his chase. And after his title loss, Hangman did lose a little bit of momentum. He did, even though he's still in the main event scene, he did lose a bit of momentum. Moxley never lost any momentum, even after All In. They went. His character work started to overtake. Like he was having. It seemed like they're going in a different direction, but after All In, his downfall started because he was like, "Oh, I'm the big bad warrior," but you keep losing. Then you tap out. Then you quit. So
All
it's
right.
like you're boasting, "I'm this big bad guy," but then you lose. And then he redeems himself by winning the Continental Classic. And throughout all this, Mox never loses momentum.
All
Even
right.
throughout the losses,
So
even through
I
quitting,
don't wanna
he
I don't
still
wanna
he
cut
still
you
goes
off.
on.
I don't wanna cut you off, but
Mhm.
we're going into the
yeah,
same territory of what exactly Focus just said. All right.
facts.
For number
All right, let's
four,
move on.
right? We're 47 minutes in. For number four, it has to be Swerve. Swerve is the only person left on the list that is on two people's list. The fifth spot is the only one that's up in the air because the last two choices are completely different for us. So I think to make it fair, Swerve is the only person mentioned twice. He should be number four.
I could agree on that. I could agree on that, and then I would put Okada at 5. That's the only thing I'll compromise.
I had Okada on my list.
That's that. I would put Okada at 5 because he did a lot of good work with
Okay.
the international and continental stuff. You know what I
Okada's
So
mean?
only lost
who's
like
left?
4 times this year.
Okada, Ricochet, MJF, and Lashley are the only other names. Kevin Knight, I'm not even gonna add him.
The
Um,
honorable mention.
Lashley, I'm not putting on this list
Honorable
personally,
mention.
right?
Yeah,
Honorable
honorable
mention
mention.
for sure. Um, okay,
The
so
Hurt Syndicate
I
is an
think it
honorable mention.
really can
I
we
think
agree it comes down
MJF,
to
MJ,
Okada, MJF, and Ricochet. Can we agree it
yes,
comes down to
Ricochet.
them three?
I
yes,
mean,
but
we
but
can put
but
Ricochet up there. I didn't put Ricochet up
I
there,
would
but
I would subtract MJF just for the simple fact he was gone for a considerable amount of time.
I will
But
put
this,
MJF up there for the fact that he was gone for this amount of time and he came back in this short amount of time. He's become
yeah,
he literally moved the rankings for AEW and he became world heavyweight champion within about a month. And I
I don't,
love Ricochet, but
I
he's
don't,
done more within a month than Ricochet has done in a couple of
no,
months.
I don't buy into this fucking ranking system AW does. So they inflate this shit. But he did come in and do that in a short amount of time, but he was gone the majority of this
A
year.
long time.
Ricochet has been a consistent person on TV. Somebody we hated everything about his promo, about the way he was being booked, about the way he was used week in, week out. He flipped the script this year. Running a
He did.
stable, running the stable. The promo is actually working. The haha is actually working. Not only that, he is the inaugural national champion now. So I would say for actually being on TV consistent, elevating his character work, running a stable, and winning an inaugural championship, we'll have to put him over MJF.
That's fair.
Now, I would agree with Focus if he's willing to put Okada up because that's not even on his list, and it is on yours.
Decided, I ain't gonna
I would,
lie. I'm not
I
gonna
would.
lie. You kind of convinced me to put Ricochet at 5
That what?
because you kind of convinced me to put Ricochet at 5 because at the end of the day, they're both doing the same thing. But when we're talking about doing promos and stuff like that, doing character work and stuff like that, whatever Ricochet is doing is beating, saying bitch all the time, and showing them your middle finger.
I agree.
I'm
Not only
sorry,
that, Okada's been the same character all year. He was the
there's no
Continental
character development at
Champion.
all.
The only thing he did was that unified Intercontinental Championship, International
And I
Intercontinental Championship.
and I
That's the
don't
big
even count
accolade
that.
he did this year. That's the real thing he did this year. The Continental Championship, he won that last year. He won it and defended it in last year's Continental Classic, and he lost it in this year's. So the only real thing he did this year was winning that unification match against Kenny Omega. So does that match against Omega and that win outrank the growth of Ricochet this year?
No, it doesn't. I would say Ricochet has to be number 5. You convinced me.
Rich, any last thoughts on that?
I'm just putting both of careers dashed up, just running down both of what they've both done this year. Um, yeah, Ricochet has grown. They've definitely highlighted Okada more. Ricochet has done more with what they have given him.
Feel like they're neck and neck. It's just that character work. They're literally right here because they're doing the same thing.
Yeah, yeah. Okada has shown more character work than he's done in his entire New Japan entire run.
But
Ricochet's
he's just saying
finally
bitch. He's
blossoming.
just saying bitch.
But he's
He's
but Okada was like this serious, no nonsense, and now he's just like he's a comedy wrestler. I mean, he's still a good wrestler. He's a comedy wrestler. He's entertaining now. Like
I know,
he
but
didn't really have
he had
entertaining
he had
qualities
that
before.
he had this same gimmick last year. There wasn't anything that changed.
Yeah.
I feel like with Ricochet, he came to another company. People hated him at first. He got the gimmick over,
He grew. Ricochet
and that
grew.
was and that was and that was in this year. If Okada was came out with this gimmick this year and got it over this year, we could have made that argument. But there's no character work that was being done. He's not doing any promos. He's just saying bitch. Now, granted, he's doing it at the perfect times. But at the end of the day, Ricochet is getting his character over.
Yeah, I would like to see Ricochet featured featured more. Okay,
All right. So
we can put Ricochet up there. We can put
we
Ricochet up there.
have come to an end and a final conclusion for our top fives uh
For the
of
singles.
2025. So for both divisions, men and women, both companies, we culminated about 2 hours of podcasting time, really arguing, literally arguing at points to argue our
That's what
points
it's about.
across. And exactly, that's what it's about.
What's about?
We try to keep the bias out as much as possible. We,
Yeah.
try to keep it as fair as possible. We had our own individual list, so let's. I'm gonna give a rundown of our original list and then show what we landed on. So, my original list for WWE men was at 5, Braun Breaker, Cody Rhodes at 4, Cena, later got argued onto my list at 3. CM Punk at 2. Dom at 1. I had Sol Ruka at 5 for women. Maxine Dupree, Jade Cargill, Chelsea Green at 2, and Stephanie Vicaire at 1, which was a unanimous decision. AEW men's division, I had Ricochet at 5, Kyle Fletcher at 4, Swerve at 3, Joe at 2, Hangman at 1. For the women, I had Julia Hart at 5, Harley Cameron at 4, Athena at 3, Tony at 2, and Monet at 1. So focus list was very different from ours, and I'm glad for it because honestly, it helped the debate. So for his list, the WWE men, he had Obafemi at 5, Arian Cross and Aleister Black's gimmick at number 4, Grande
That's a
Americano.
listen. I love that storyline. I really do, and I'm glad it's continuing after Karrion Cross got released.
Through Aleister Black.
Let's continue. He had a Grande Americano at number 3, Braun Breaker at 2, Dom at 1. For women, he had Asuka at 5, Sol Ruka at 4, Io Sky at 3, Chelsea Green at 2, unanimous decision on Stephanie Vaquer at 1. AEW men's division, Swerve at 5, Kevin Knight at 4, Bobby Lashley at number 3. We had Moxley at 2 and Kyle Fletcher at number 1. We had for the AEW women's division, Focus had Athena at number 5, Willow at 4, Harley Cameron at 3, Monet at 2, with Tony Storm peaking at number 1. Rich had Gunther at number 5 for the men's division, Dominic Mysterio at 4, CM Punk at 3, Cody at 2, Cena at 1. The women's division, he had Chelsea Green at 5. We had Becky Lynch at 4, Jade Cargill at 3, Io Sky at 2. Unanimous decision for Stephanie Vaquer at 1. AEW men's division, he had MJF at 5, Okada at 4, Fletch at 3, Hangman at 2, Moxley at 1. For the AEW women's division, Willow at 5, Harley at 4, Statlander at 3, Mercedes Monet at 2, Tony Storm at 1. After 2 hours of debate, Kayfabe Avenue as a whole has finally come to a decision, and we want to award our top 5s. Kayfabe Avenue Awards for this year, 2025.
The kayfabes.
The Kayfabes. Braun Breaker wins number 5 spot. Cody Rhodes at number 4. CM Punk at the 3 spot. John Cena's last time is now tour at number 2. Dirty Dominic Mysterio steals the spot at number 1, which is
Very
fitting.
on brand for him.
Very on brand to
very
steal
on
the number
brand.
1 spot. We had Sol Ruka, breakout NXT star for the year at number 5. Io Sky at number 4. Jade Cargill lands at number 3. Chelsea 2 belts, Green at number 2, fitting. Stephanie Vaquer unanimously wins her way through and without question is the number 1 woman on the roster of 2025, along with the Thief, Dominic Mysterio for WWE. Moving on to AEW, the Kayfabe Awards, the top 5 to Ricochet at number 5, definitely rebounding his way into this list, convincing Focus to add him, puts him on number 5. Swerve at number 4, Kyle Fletcher at number 3, Adam Hangman Page at number 2, and John Moxley, the new Continental Champion. Congratulations, last night at World's End. And then for the women, Willow earns her number 5 spot. Harley Cameron, number 4, but we all know she's number 1 in our hearts. Athena, number 3. Mercedes Monet at number 2. And was it ever a question? Tony Storm.
Tony Storm. Tony Storm.
She was our top woman last year, 2024. Continues that trend. Tony Storm is the number 1 woman in AEW for 2025. So with that being said, after all the argument, any final thoughts before we take it home?
Uh, man, this was it about, man. It's been a good year for wrestling. I think the women this year have outshined the men. I've really going to give it to the women this year. My top five goes
in both
to the
promotions.
woman.
In
Yeah,
both
my
promotions.
top five goes to the women. The women have taken it this year for 2025 for me for wrestling.
I agree. The funny thing is, the women were the easiest to judge and to fit in these top fives, and I feel like it has to do with exactly what you just said. They have been the highlight of wrestling for 2025. If we had to say who had better year, women versus men, if we did a battle of the sexes, the women
It was
took
women.
2025, 100%,
War games, blood and guts, WrestleMania
100%,
matches. Yeah,
100%. Anything Tony touches, Mercedes, whether we loved it or hated it, on a generational run. So, Focus,
right.
what about you? Any final thoughts before we take this home?
I feel like this is a very solid list. We really thought about it and put our biases aside. And I feel like this is a list that everybody can agree with, whether you're a fan or not. These are the people who are putting in the work. And we are hoping to look forward in 2026 to see where they rank on this list.
Yeah,
Agreed. And
absolutely.
with that being said, this has been 2025's look back and top five for the men and women of both promotions. Please like, share, and subscribe. Follow us everywhere at Kayfabe Avenue on all streaming platforms on YouTube. Check out our podcast and audio versions. Also, join the TikTok. Thank you for all the new followers over there, for all the likes and shares and comments. We love the discussion. You guys actually help shape this list a little bit. So join us on TikTok and everywhere at Kayfabe Avenue. And with that being said, take us home.